Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John. I come to you from I come to you from WDWParkhoppers.com. You can find me there. Joining me, as always, is a man with a plan, Mr. Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
We are so glad that you were here. We have a great show for you tonight. And so, Tony, really quick, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, nothing really. Just walked around Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Had dinner.
Me too.
Hung out with a Disney author.
Me too. We got to go hang out with Mindy Johnson. We recorded a podcast with her a few months ago. She is the lady who wrote the Ink and Paints, the women of the Disney's Ink and Paint department. Ink and Paint, the women of Walt Disney's animation. So that's pretty cool. We got to meet her and hang out with her and some friends. We got to check out Enzo's Hideaway. Tony went to Maria and Enzo's, Pizza Point, Enzo's Hideaway, and the Edison. He's been everywhere. Disney's like Visa. He's everywhere you want to be.
I'm a Disney dining fool.
So overall, real quick, what was your opinion of the Edison?
Edison better than Mario and Enzo's.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Pizza Point. So you talked about Pizza Point before, so you don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, Pizza Point wasn't too bad.
What's your opinion of Enzo's Hideaway?
The small appetizer that I did have was fantastic.
So my response to that question is Enzo's Hideaway is half awesome.
Half awesome?
Yeah, because they share they're the bottom floor of the Edison. Mm-hmm. Because they share some of that space with the Edison. They're kind of stylistically they're a mishmash. Yeah. So half of Enzo's Hideaway looks like, a rum runner bar. It looks like a speakeasy. Right. And then it opens up into a big room that looks like, the Edison.
Right.
So it's a little convoluted, but you know what? I don't care. It was great. The beer was cold. The people were friendly. It's a great place to be. Good theming going into the place, I'll say that.
Right.
So that's kind of our quick and dirty opinions of that. So thank you, Mindy, for letting us hang out with your friends. And thanks for signing my book. That was really cool. Yeah. And
it's always nice to have a signed book.
It's always good to have a signed book. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, well, talk about signed books. So I heard two different theories. One theory is never have them address it to you because then it's really only for you. You can't resell it. Right. And the other theory is obviously don't have them put your name on it so that you can resell it with some value. Sure.
I've heard that too. And the thing that I'm looking at is, Stephen King's signature is Stephen King's signature, whether he's written a to John, thanks for reading Stephen King, or thanks for reading Stephen King. Either way, it's still his signature. And I don't plan on selling any of the autographs that I've gotten. I've got like 3 or 4 Bob Gurr autographs. I'm not selling any of them because they're Bob friggin' Gurr's autographs.
That's true.
So I don't know. I totally understand that. But I didn't care. Sid couldn't make the night, so I had Mindy autograph the book to her, and that made sense. That book speaks to the heart and passion of my wife, so that works out well. So, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, there's nothing else we can do, my friends, but to get into the news. Speaking of, the Edison's now open at Disney Springs. Did you know that?
I've heard that.
The Edison, which is a lavish, and I'm using Disney's air quotes here, industrial Gothic themed restaurant and entertainment venue, opened at Disney Springs at the Walt Disney World Resort earlier this month. The Edison features multiple themed areas for guests to explore, such as the Lab Performance Space, the Ember Parlor, the Telegraph Lounge, the Patent Office, the Tesla Lounge, the Radio Room, and the Waterfront Patio. Open for lunch and dinner, Edison treats guests to a contemporary American fare menu with items like pork belly chops, thank you, crispy fried chicken, and the Edison burger. Edison's beverage lineup focuses on artfully crafted cocktails, interesting beers and wines. That's interesting. And a house-made punches that serve from 2 to 10 guests. The Edison also features nightly entertainment, which range from live DJs to musicians, aerialists, and dancers. Edison's now open Sunday through that's interesting. Sunday through Wednesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. and Thursday through Saturday 1:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Interesting. Guests at the Edison must be 21 years of age or older starting at 10 p.m. Now, pay close attention here. Thursdays through Saturday nights, there is a cover charge of $15 per guest beginning at 10 p.m. Additionally, the Edison has a strictly enforced dress code. Thursday through Saturday evenings beginning at 10, men must wear slacks, jeans, or dress shorts. No baseball caps, no sleeveless shirts, no flip-flops are permitted. Jackets are optional.
We'll see how long that's taking.
Yeah, I saw that and I laughed wholeheartedly because apparently they've never been to Florida in the summer. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people are going to be walking around with 10,000% humidity at Disney Springs.
And a pair of jeans on.
And a pair of, and a suit. Yeah. If the Edison was the first stop off the escalator, maybe. Yeah. Like if the Edison was in like the Coke store, sure. Yeah. But it's not. It's a little bit of a hike, so you're going to be hot and sweaty.
Right. And it all depends on where you park.
Yeah. So
you can park all the way on the other side to the line garage.
It'll be interesting. And I'm not sure, just with the mentality of the typical Disney guest, I'm going to spend all day walking around the parks and I'm going to go get dressed up to go to the Edison for 2 hours. Yeah. But I'm also older, younger people, 21, the 21 plus crowd may go for that. Yeah. That may be something they're really
into. It may be for them because, Disney's always, their intent is to make sure you don't leave property. And if you're 21 to 30 probably, you are probably going maybe to downtown or some other Windermere clubs or whatever to have a cocktail at night. So this is probably keeping them on property for a little bit longer.
Right.
All right, next up, Shanghai Disney Resort, the Toy Story Land, is going to officially open on April 26th, 2018.
Woohoo!
That is ahead of us. That scares me. Shanghai Disney announced that the Shanghai Disney 7th themed land, the highly anticipated Disney Toy Story Land, is set to open on April 26th, welcoming guests of all ages into a world of fun and imagination, and providing yet another reason for guests to be immersed in the unparalleled storytelling and creativity of Shanghai Disney. I mean, they have only been open a year, and they're building another land.
Right. Well, they have the guest capacity.
We've been open. We're going to be open 50 years. We're building the land.
2 attractions. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So major construction on the Disney Toy Story Land is to close completion, and will be followed by an extensive preparation period, which includes ride testing, thank you, and adjustment and trial operations in anticipation of the day when guests will officially be welcomed as honorary toys in the backyard of Andy, the toy from the Toy Story films.
Now, Andy was the boy, not the toy.
Yeah, the boy.
He might be the boy toy.
The boy toy.
That's a whole different story.
And you all know that was based on Toy Story, blah, 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 blah. Right. So they're getting, I think, 3 attractions.
They're getting the Slinky Dog Spin, Rex's Racer, and Woody's Roundup.
Yeah, so they're getting 3.
Woody's Roundup. This song drives you crazy.
Yeah. Plus the, I believe they're also getting the Lunchbox quick service areas.
Wow.
Yeah, Al Toy Barn and Toy Box Cafe. Yeah.
Dude, you know what you should do? You should go on the opening day and just walk around and go, "Hey, everybody, I'm Al."
My Al O'Wiggin.
You could literally pull that out. You would make those people freak out.
If anybody wants to make me a chicken suit and get me a plane ticket.
Guys, I will pay for you to make him a chicken suit. I just want to see him in a chicken suit.
Oh, gosh. All right. Next up, we have some meetups coming up. First, at the end of this month, January 27th, we are going to the Terror Tony Lounge.
Bang, bang.
Wilderness Lodge, 7 p.m. Meet us there. Well, if you want to have a drink, you can have a drink. If you want to have a soda, have a soda. If you want to grab a little bite to eat, they have some food.
Yep.
So come hang out, and we'll have some fun.
Sweet.
And chit-chats. Then February 24th, we're going to Splitsville. We're going to open up a Facebook event for that. If you can, RSVP, so we know how big of a table to get. That will be on the February 24th at 2 p.m. And the last one we're going to announce is March 24th. We're going to Pool Bar and Grill at the Four Seasons, and we'll set up a Facebook event for that as well. And if you could, RSVP, so we know.
You need a head count, guys. It's just that simple.
Yeah. So we have room for you at the table. Hey, don't forget that your Amazon Echo can play the Disney Parks podcast. Go visit our store at DisneyParksPodcast.com/shop. And John, you want to talk about your book?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a book called The Disney Bucket List. It's 100 ways that you can discover and unpack even more magic at the Disney parks. You can find it at www.parkhoppers.com. You can also find it on Amazon, but if you order it through www Parkhoppers, I will sign it for you and send it to you. You want me to tell you about your book?
Sure.
Tony has an amazing book, and I'm not just saying that. It's really a great book. It's called Disney by the Numbers, shockingly. You can find it at DisneyByTheNumbers.com. You can also find it on Amazon, but if you go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com and order it through there, Tony will not only sign it, but he will put a number, and that number goes on a list, and you can track that book, and your book will be part of the myriad of books that have been sold, and it'll be part of the Disney by the Numbers number book list forever.
And ever. All right.
Yeah, I want to make sure that you rate us and review us over on iTunes. Every time that you give us 4 or 5 stars, that pushes us up the list. That helps us out with iTunes. Love to get your reviews. Google Play, Smosh, wherever you get your podcast from, please leave us a review. That helps us out. We love to hear what you think. That just helps us be better. And finally, make sure that you call us and leave a message if you've got a comment, a question, a cry of outrage, maybe a quick story, something you want to share with us at the hotline number, which is 407-413-9010.
I should mention, go to DisneyPodcast.com, DisneyParksPodcast.com, and take our survey.
Yep. How many more weeks you got that? Another week?
It's going to end at the end of the month, so 30, 31st, whatever, how many days are left.
And we've got a special prize pack. I think it's some goodies, your book plus my book.
Yep.
And a $25 gift card.
And a $20, yep.
To Disney?
Yep.
Oh, cool. That was better than my idea was Babies Are Us. And he said, no, they would probably rather have a Disney gift card.
Yeah.
And I thought, that was smart. That makes more sense.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, guys. Guess it. Finally, Women's Lib. It started with Wonder Woman. And now, finally, Minnie Mouse is going to receive her star on the coveted Hollywood Walk of Fame on January 22nd. Last June, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce announced that their Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2018, including new stars for Minnie Mouse, Mark Hamill, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Zoe Saldana, and more.
Anybody know something with that list?
Yeah, Lin-Manuel.
They're all Disney IPs?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that about Lin, but yeah, okay.
Well, he did Moana.
Yeah, and? Thanks. I would give him a star for, the Broadway version of this, but yeah, he's done Moana, he's done some other things, but I don't know if his time has come yet. Mark Hamill is way overdue. Zoe Saldana, she deserves it. I'll give her that. The stars are presented throughout the year, usually just with just 10 days' notice. But the Chamber has confirmed that Minnie Mouse will receive her star, which is the 2,627th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and ceremony on January 22nd at 11:30 a.m. The ceremony will be hosted by the Chamber's president and CEO, LeRon Goobler, and will feature appearances by Disney CEO Bob Iger and American Idol judge Katy Perry. Product tie-in. Hey, Minnie Star will be at 6834 Hollywood Boulevard in front of the El Capitan Theater. Whew. I was really hoping it wasn't at 7532 Hollywood Boulevard because that's a crack house. So that would have been weird. Minnie joins Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Tinkerbell, Winnie the Pooh, Snow White, and Kermit the Frog as Disney characters with a star on the Walk of Fame. Mickey received his in 1978 in honor of his 50th birthday. In 2018, both Mickey and Minnie, who made their debut in Steamboat Willie, will celebrate their 90th birthday.
Nice.
Oh, how
Isn't that cute?
True love, folks. True love.
Yeah. Have you seen these? Have you been to Hollywood and seen these?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird because when you don't live in Hollywood, you think, oh my gosh, this has got to be so cool. Literally, it's just a sidewalk.
Yeah.
And when we went, we went to go find Mickey Mouse, and we did. And we had our little toy Mickey Mouse. We took our picture there. We went and found Walt's. And then 2 stars over, somebody had puked all over. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm not kidding. I mean, I know you guys are thinking I'm being insensitive about the crack house. No, I'm not. It really is like Hollywood Boulevard. Is it Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard is like
pretty seedy.
Like the theater, El Capitan, gift shop, porno shop, gift shop, adult store, gift
pot
shop,
store.
pot. It's the weirdest mix. And then you've got all the characters, the people who. I'll take my picture for $20. People, that's
All right. Last week we had a trivia question, and was Tokyo Disney Sea and Tokyo Disneyland use enough electricity each day to power how many homes? And it was 57,000 homes.
Now, is that American homes or Japanese homes? Chinese homes? Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of power.
Yep.
But would it send a car back to the future?
That is not enough gigawatts.
Okay. Just checking.
I don't think. Nobody gave us a correct answer, so this week's trivia question is this, and it is a doozy.
Yep.
What character is hidden in the projection room in the Indiana Jones attraction at Disneyland?
Han Solo.
You're wrong.
Dang it.
If you know the answer, send it to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com, or you can give us a jingle dingle.
You can give Tony a jingle dingle. I will pass on the jingle and the dingle.
All right.
You want me to do the next one?
Sure.
The Patreon thing? Hey, I mentioned Patreon at the top of the show. Visit us at patreon.com/DisneyParksPodcast. We have a lot of great rewards. It's something that you can do to support the show. We have things that we do throughout the year that require some support. We need front money to do certain events that we're planning. So we're asking if you would join us. And in return, what we do is we have some really great rewards. We have some theme park things that we send you. We have access to a private Facebook group. We do live shows every Monday that we do shows. We have a bunch of other things that we do there. And we think that we provide way more benefit than, we can. If we can come up with ways to give you more, we will do that. But it's little as $1 a month, all the way up to as much as you feel comfortable. And that's just some of the things that we like to do for you guys. We'd like to thank our current list of patrons: David, Willie, Jeremy, Katie, Eva, Grant, Ernie, David R., Ron, Christy, Ross, and
I forgot the new girl.
We have a new Patreon.
Yeah, we'll add it to the list.
We'll have to. I'm sorry.
We'll add her.
We don't have that on this list, but thank you guys so much for supporting what we do here.
All right. I don't know why they really don't do this here, but in Disneyland, they have pass holder refillable popcorn buckets. So you buy the popcorn bucket, and then every time you go to the park, you bring the popcorn bucket, and they'll refill it for you. So the Disneyland Resort released 2 new annual refillable popcorn buckets. The Disneyland bucket features Donald Duck and Sleeping Beauty Castle, plus other Disneyland icons, while the Disney California Adventure bucket includes Goofy, Carthay Circle Theater, and more. So you can only get the California bucket filled in California Adventure and the Disneyland bucket in the Disneyland park?
Yep.
That sounds weird. The buckets are available at select popcorn stands in each park now through February 4th, or while supplies last, and the cost is $15, with refills available through March 1st for just $1. Flavored popcorn such as caramel corn is not included in the offer. Annual pass holders will need to show their annual passport and a photo ID to purchase the bucket.
Oh, it's interesting. It just shows a show with markup on popcorn.
True.
If you sell a bucket,
but it's a very small window of refillability.
Right.
It's not like it's all year round.
Right. But if you can refill a bucket of popcorn for $1, you sell the bucket for $15. The bucket probably costs you a dime. Mass produced plastic.
Yeah.
And then you're selling popcorn and you're still making money at $1 a refill. I mean, what's the markup on popcorn? And it's movie
probably
cinemas,
not as good as the soda.
Movie theaters have been doing it for years. So anyway, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to read this news story, and then I have another interesting twist about it. I know we don't have a ton of time, but the Disney streaming service that's coming out, we don't know when, but soon.
Right.
When will then be now? Soon. Is going to include its own original series, movies, and even more. So last August, Disney announced that they would be moving a lot of their content off of Netflix in favor of their own streaming service. Now, why not Hulu, you ask? Simple. Because they own ABC owns 30%.
Right.
30% of Hulu, and they're getting ready to fix that in just a second. So Disney's streaming service is expected to be available in 2019. There's already been some speculation around what the service would look like. In a recent report by Variety, president of Disney/ABC Television Group, Ben Sherwood, shared some details, including some new services. Sherwood stated that the new service will include 7,000 to 8,000 episodes from the Disney ABC TV library. Wow. Please, God, don't let this just be Home Alone or... don't let this be the schlock that we have. Please let it be like old school Disney.
Yeah.
Wonderful World of Disney and stuff. Please, God.
True Life.
Yeah. In addition, there will be 3 to 4 original series and 3 to 4 original movies. One of the original series will be based on High School Musical.
Why?
Because Sherwood says that the original producers of High School Musical are ready to sign up for this project. Makes sense. Glee was huge. High School Musical was huge. If they can get the people that did High School Musical and get this thing rolling every 4 years, they rotate the cast around, so that would work out well. Good for them. That's not my cup of tea. But so about this purchase. I'm not sure if the SEC has approved it yet, but the purchase of a majority of the 21st Century Fox stuff, right? So Disney purchases Fox.
Right.
Disney purchases Fox and a bunch of its subsidiaries and some of the things that Fox owns.
Right.
Like Fox is 30% of Hulu.
Right.
So now Disney...
is a majority share owner, I think, of Hulu.
Correct.
Yeah.
Guess who owns the other 30%?
Comcast
Universal. Suck on that, kids. Bam. So the question becomes, they're pulling all their stuff off of Netflix. We still haven't heard about the whole Marvel series stuff yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably make its way to the Disney app. What does that mean for Hulu? What does that mean? Does Disney just become Hulu? Does Hulu become Disney?
Well, they bought another company, too, that had a streaming platform.
Like Bongo or Oingo Boingo.
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
It was like when they bought Go.
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 Jeez, gosh. So
they still can't get away from it.
It's very interesting to see how this is all playing out. And I was listening to a podcast today talking about that, the purchase and all the ramifications through the different corporate layers. Not just Disney, but Lucasfilm and Marvel, and what that means with all the properties. So now Disney owns Avatar.
Right.
Disney also owns, what was the other thing that was so funny that Disney now owns? Well, it owns The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was something else specific.
They should open up a park.
Oh, they already got that over there. There was one thing specifically that they talked about that I thought, oh, that's funny now, Disney. Well, we do know now that because of the distribution rights, 20th Century Fox had distribution for the original Star Wars, so now Disney could do box sets of the first 6 movies, first 8 movies now.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. But it'll be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
Right.
Not just what they're doing with Netflix and Hulu, but to see what happens with Netflix and to see what the streaming service looks like.
Yeah.
I hope they rename it from Boingo or you know.
Oh yeah, they would definitely.
Hulu's already got a pretty much set fan base.
They don't have the word Disney in it. Trust me.
Right, Disney.
They're not gonna move away from their branding.
Yeah, no.
Not at this late stage in the game.
No.
All right, if you're coming to or have been to the Disney Hollywood Studios here in Florida recently, you may have noticed something or heard something different.
Yes.
Apparently, they've changed all of the background music at Disney's Hollywood Studio as of January 11th. So every great Hollywood story has a rhythm that sets the tone and supports the story. Disney's Hollywood Studios updated the arrangements around the park that will put a bounce in your step, making you feel as if you're walked right into your own adventure. Hence, what I think will be the name of this park, the Hollywood Adventure.
Yeah, that's great.
I think they're forecasting.
Little preview.
Yep. At the park's main entrance, big band arrangements of familiar Disney tunes will get you started, get your day started off right. As you enter the park, the music shifts into popular numbers from the 30s and 40s, also in the big band style that comes to a crescendo as you approach the Chinese Theater. Throughout the park, you'll notice that the music will complement each area's setting and time frame perfectly. From brassy horns near Echo Lake and jazz at the baseline Tap House, to the sounds of performances outside Rock and Roll Roller Coaster, it's a sure pleasure for your ears.
Sure it is.
What? You're not going to play Aerosmith music outside Aerosmith now?
Well, we've been hearing rumors that Aerosmith is
going bye-bye.
is going out of that ride anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what they do to carry the theming over through that whole area of the park. But I thought about this the other day, and I really will miss some of that music. But luckily, there's websites out there that have the entire
catalog.
The entire loop playing throughout the day, but I'm interested to hear
radio.
Sorcerer Radio is one of them. Right. I'm interested to hear the new music. I will miss the Battlestar Galactica theme.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I agree.
Anyway, what do you think?
And Indiana Jones.
Yeah, what are you guys going to miss from the old music, and what do you hope to hear in the new music? Leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Let us know while we're recording. We'll check out the comments. Best comment we'll post
right
in the show. All right, am I keeping you up?
Yeah, a little bit.
We're both yawning. Long day. Okay, so this news comes as a little bit of a shock and a little sadness for some people. The children's activity centers at Walt Disney World across the board are going to be closing by July 31st. So Walt Disney Resort just announced that there are 3 children's activity centers at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and Disney's Yacht and Beach Club will be ceasing operation August 1st, 2018. Disney stated that the activity centers are bringing in fewer guests and that they will be exploring other options for their younger guests. Every existing reservation will be accommodated. However, July 31st will be the last day of operation for all 3 children's activity centers. Kids Night Out, though, will remain available for guests looking for a child or babysitting service. This is, for some people, this is a big deal. I remember they just, like last year or a year and a half ago, 2 years, I guess, they just updated the
Polynesian one.
The Polynesian one. So it was Lilo's Playhouse or whatever they call it. Mm-hmm.
Listen, every kid is carrying around their own activity center.
Right.
A phone or a tablet. Every place I go now in the park or restaurant or whatever at Disney, every kid's got one. So they don't need activity centers. They're carrying around their activity center.
Right.
So I get it. I can understand where, this has gone downhill. But it is good that they're still keeping the babysitting, because if you do want to have an adult night out, at least you can. And they charge a little bit different. I don't know if they're going to have places now to bring. There used to be a couple places where you could drop off your kid versus having them babysat in your room. So maybe they're only doing the in-room service, which costs a little bit more. And if you're willing to, get the night out with the kids, maybe it really doesn't matter.
Right. Interesting times.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, next up, this kind of sad note. The original Mouseketeer, Doreen Tracy, died at age 74. Doreen Tracy was one of the original Mickey Mouse Club's Mouseketeers. She passed away in Thousand Oaks, California on Wednesday, January 10th. She was 74. Tracy was known for her vivacious personality, all-around performance skills, and appeared on Disney's classic television series throughout its 4-year run on the ABC television network from 1955 to 1959. The original Mickey Mouse Club was live on syndication for decades after that, entertaining generations of kids around the world. It was for me because I was born after 59.
Right.
So I caught it in syndication every week and still love the show.
Yep, me too.
Yep. Tracy was born in London, England on April 3rd to a theatrical family. Her parents, Betsy Hay and Sid Tracy, had vaudeville dance acts known as Tracy and Hay. That sounds familiar.
Tracy and Hay.
Hey! When Doreen was 4, her family returned to the United States, where her father opened up a dance studio in Hollywood. It was there that she learned to sing and dance at the age of 12. Tracy auditioned for the Mickey Mouse Club during her tenure as a Mouseketeer. Tracy was also cast in the Walt Disney Productions and 1956 feature film Westward Ho! The Wagons, starring Fess Parker. Additionally, she also appeared on the Mickey Mouse Club Annette serial and toured Australia with the Mouseketeers. Following the Mickey Mouse Club in 1960, Tracy continued her show business career, guest starring on several episodic television programs, as well as touring America's military bases in South Vietnam and Thailand with her own act. After returning to the U.S., she shifted gears. Shifted gears, sorry.
No worries.
She shifted gears to hold a variety of behind-the-scenes positions that included publicist to musician and composer. Frank Zappa, as well as a multi-decade career in administration at Warner Brothers. And while Tracy's career took many different paths, she remained close to her Disney roots, maintaining longtime friendships with fellow Mouseketeers. In the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, she co-starred with them on several Mickey Mouse Club reunion shows at Disneyland and Disney conventions, celebrating the show's 60th anniversary in 2015. Our Dodo, as we lovingly nicknamed her, always had a smile on her face, said fellow Mouseketeer Tommy Cole. She never failed to make us all feel good, and we miss her. This is why we need to have these people on the show, tell their story, so that we can keep this legacy going.
Yep, absolutely. That news came across my wire, and I was very sad. We're losing our Mouseketeers. We've been losing our Mouseketeers.
Yes.
And now the number is even smaller. I didn't mean to correct you, but it was funny. She was gifting gears.
Yeah, gifting gears.
Here's a camshaft. Here's a clutch. Here's fourth gear just for you. So yeah, Doreen, you will be missed. That's just sad. I want to go watch some old Mouseketeer shows now.
Yeah, maybe they'll put them on Hulu.
Yeah, maybe. Now
that they own it.
So there's some other changes coming to Walt Disney World in 20...
World of Disney.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say? Walt Disney World?
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Now I can't read. There are changes coming to the World of Disney in 2018. The World of Disney locations at Disney Springs at Walt Disney World and in the downtown Disney District at Disneyland Resort will undergo some enhancements beginning sometime in the middle of February. Both locations will undergo a reimagining in order to make the stores into a distinctly detailed retail environment. Guests will be able to shop during the construction as, of course, it will be completed in phases. That being said, the construction will cause some changes to the shopping experience at both locations. The World of Disney location at Disney Springs will use the Ever After Jewelry Company or the Disney Corner opening in February to help carry some of the merchandise typically found in the World of Disney. The World of Disney location at the Downtown Disney District will use the Dream Boutique and the Disney Home Store, previously the D Street location, for the merchandise overflow caused by the construction. I remember we were talking about Harley Davidson store closing.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is where they'll temporarily put stuff until they can figure out where it goes.
I think this is great. I think our store is due for a major makeover with one small request.
Ooh. You name your request, I'll name mine.
Our store,
in Florida,
if you look up into the ceilings, they have all sorts of little stories in the ceilings. And the main center entrance at our store, the one that you walk right out of, and you could literally step onto the stage. If you're walking out the door, and right before you walk out, you look up to the right, has a picture of Donald or Daisy. I'm pretty sure it's Daisy, dressed as a Statue of Liberty, and behind Daisy are the Twin Towers. I would really like to keep that.
Yes.
You know, that's a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
They probably won't, because, you know, nobody wants to be reminded of the darkest day in U.S. history in the last 50 years. But I think as a tribute, we should keep that. But that's my personal request. What's yours?
Yeah. So originally, when they showed concept art of this reimagined World of Disney store, you know, they added the back part and all that. Mm-hmm. There was images of a cafe.
Really?
Like an old-fashioned cafe.
Like the one next to the El Capitan?
That's right.
That'd be cool.
And that never happened. I mean, It's not like they don't have the space. They have the space there. They can do it.
Oh, yeah. It's the world's largest World of Disney store.
Yeah. So I would like to see them finish that concept drawing and put that old-fashioned soda shop there. Now, I mean, that's direct competition with what's it called?
Ghirardelli?
Yeah. And I really don't care.
Well, Ghirardelli...
Maybe have Ghirardelli run it.
Ghirardelli's not a soda shop. Ghirardelli's, you know, ice cream and all that stuff. If Disney were to put a shop like the one next to... that used to be, it's gone now, next to the El Capitan, it was like an old 50s diner. Yes. Mm-hmm. Root beer floats and stuff notwithstanding.
Crinkle French fries.
You know, that's not, I don't think that's direct competition. And you know what? Disney Springs could use that. We were talking about different eating options.
The 500 Italian places there are?
Yeah, the 500 Italian places at Disney Springs. That would be a concept that I could get behind. I would really love that.
Yeah.
You know, and they've got the space for it. And, you know, the funny thing is, you know, we walked around and saw the Void and the new entrance to Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Yeah.
They have no problem moving the toys out of the toy place and putting it into another location.
Sure.
So what's the big deal? Move some of the merchandise. I mean, they moved
the Star Wars stuff out of the
That's my complete point.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they've got one whole section of the World of Disney store is, you know, plates and cups, and they've got that over at the place next to
the pantry.
The pantry.
Mm-hmm. That used to be the only place to get home goods.
I know. It needs to go back to that.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I think that's great. I'm interested to see it. I'm always fascinated when they do major repairs to place. Plus they've got the space of the old Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Yes.
You know, they've got that whole area that they can do something with. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yep. Okay, if you're...
I love this story.
Yeah. If you're not from this planet, welcome. And we want to tell you about this.
We come in peace.
There was a monorail door incident here in Florida. It was a monorail, I believe, was going from TTC to Epcot, and oops, the door opened, and it was not good looking, and it was kind of weird to watch. I was like, wow, I don't know what I would have done in there, you know.
I would have gotten off the monorail, and I would have walked up to a cast member and I said, I need to speak to your
I need to show
superior.
you my video.
I need to show you this video, and I need to speak to a superior, and then I need to speak to that superior, and you might as well go ahead and call George Calagritis.
And Bob. Get Bob out of bed.
Because we're going there next.
Yeah, so a guest shared a video on her Instagram of a monorail door being left open from the TTC all the way out to Epcot. It quickly garnered a lot of attention. West threw it up on their news. They put it up on their news feed on Facebook even. A Disney spokesperson responded to the incident saying this, and we quote, "We regret that this occurred. Safety is our biggest concern. We immediately removed the train from service and have taken steps to ensure it doesn't happen again." End quote. Now, I wish they would tell us what those steps are. What are you doing to make sure I don't fall off the monorail? My other question is this. You know, when park closes, those monorails are stuffed. I mean, if that had happened at park close, somebody would have fell out that door.
It's a different story if that had happened. Had that not been the run to Epcot in the middle of the day, when there wasn't a lot of people there,
Right.
had that been at another time, a peak time, we're having a different conversation.
Yeah. Now, Disney's immediate solution was
Here's a churro. Sorry that happened.
to make these stupid stickers and put them above the door that says, "Caution, don't lean against the door."
Right.
That's not stopping the door from opening.
Yes, and
By
not to mention the verbal. Please stand. Hear me out, kids. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. That's not crap. Don't lean against the doors.
Yeah.
But still, it happens.
Yeah.
But as I've read the story and as I've seen the news footage of it, there was nobody leaning against the door.
Yeah.
The door either popped open or the door was open when they left the station.
Yeah. I think it never closed completely
Yeah.
and left the station. Now, the other question I have, is there not some kind of safety protocol that happens up front that the monorail pilot goes,
Right.
hold on, not all the doors are closed.
Right.
This monorail can't proceed. Or if the door does pop open, it should automatically trigger a stop.
Right.
This monorail has to stop. We have to figure out how to close the door before we can proceed.
Here's the scary thing. Here's the scary question. If that's the degree of our safety, how many bullets? No. How many bullets has Disney dodged?
A lot.
Because if the doors close and there's not a latching mechanism in the door,
There is a, what would they call that? They would call it like a dog hook. You know, if you watch like Deadliest Catch, you know, where the dogs catch the
at the top.
the thing, the pod, so that it doesn't, you know, fall off. Well, that's what catches the door. If you look down the bottom, there's two little things that's supposed to catch on the door.
It didn't catch.
Yeah, did not.
But like the two doors should come together, and there should be a latch inside the door that locks.
Inside the door too. Yeah.
But there's not one.
Or on the top.
So the amount of dodged bullets is in the millions at this point.
Yeah.
So therein starts a whole nother round of questioning. When things like this happen, you know, our thoughts and prayers go out to the monorail pilot who died and his family. But every time there's an accident like this, then the question is, well, we need to get rid of the monorails.
Right.
Well, you know, the monorails are expensive. The rumor is Disney's going to take them out. And I think that's crazy. We need the transportation system. You know, Disney has not been updating those vehicles. They're the same vehicles that have been riding around in for what?
20 years.
20 years. It's time to upgrade them. We got the Mark 8s over in Disneyland?
8.
7?
No, they got 10. We have 8.
Yeah, it's time for us to get the new monorails, kids.
Yeah.
But it's so expensive. Trust me, if someone falls out of a monorail, you think that those monorails are expensive. You don't know the meaning of expensive. Because there's
I think the payoff would be cheaper.
Crazy.
Yeah, I really do.
That's crazy. All right, what do you guys think? Leave us a comment.
Right.
That's what you think. And hey, you know, not that we want to end on a bad note, but let's just go ahead and kick this one while we're down.
Sure.
There's a rumor going around that the Talking Mickey Mouse meet and greet, the Magic Kingdom, is going to go bye-bye. because it was so popular, Disney was like, "Oh no, we can't have that."
Yeah.
The Talking Mickey meet and greet area, one of the more popular attractions at the Magic Kingdom, may be massively altered in the coming months. Meaning, according to cast members at Town Square Theater, Disney will soon be silencing the Mickey and meet and greet location at Main Street USA. This decision likely has been made for a variety of reasons, some being technical, others being guest confusion since other characters in the park do not talk. There's no definitive date for when Mickey will go silent. He'll be silenced. We will silence the mouse. But cast members are speculating mid to late spring. Mickey will continue to meet and greet guests at this location beyond the changes in the spring, but will likely no longer communicate with guests.
Okay. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, at a D23 Expo, they were showing us this technology. And everybody was, like, doing a happy dance. Like, this is fantastic. You know, Mickey's eyes are moving, his mouth is moving, and he's actually saying words. And the whole concept was that, Mickey obviously would say your name, and he doesn't do that.
Shocking.
But he does have a variety of phrases that he can spew off. I've never experienced a technical difficulty. I don't know what happens when this happens. Like, what, his mouth moves and nothing comes out, or something comes out and his mouth doesn't move. I mean, what's the problem?
Well, I can see the electronics getting haywire and this happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
But
hey, excuse Mickey, he's having a little seizure.
Mickey's having he's got a coronary.
Mickey's been drinking this afternoon. Mickey's on his union break.
He's hitting the toot a little much. But I don't think people are freaking out too bad, especially when they go see the castle show.
Yeah.
And the mouths move and everything. I mean, literally,
yeah, and Mickey's, in a sense, speaking because his mouth is moving and what he's saying is coming out over the 3,000 speakers in the park.
Again, it goes back to money. Disney doesn't want to outfit everybody. They don't want Buzz Lightyear to be speaking, "Hello, Tony."
That would be great.
Of course it would. But, let me ask you this question. And here's the question. If Walt Disney were running the show, not only would Mickey still be talking, all the characters would be speaking.
Yeah, probably.
Because they'd figure out a way to overcome the technology, and Walt's edict would be, just make it work. Your job is to make it work.
Yeah. So our friend out there, Robin, says sometimes Mickey says the wrong phrase like goodbye when you're walking in. Well, maybe it was goodbye to the last people.
Well, is that the
with the love and shove maybe?
Well, is that operator error or is it on a timed thing? Is that an operator error?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think unless it's artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's operators.
I would probably guess it.
It's either somebody doing it in the... We don't want to ruin the magic. Somebody doing it in the costume or somebody backstage that has a camera into the room that can say, all right, hit this button, say that phrase, this phrase. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe they're typing it and it's coming out in Mickey's voice.
I don't see anybody complaining about Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah, Crush Talk.
That technology works just fine.
That's a guy in a microphone.
And?
Yeah.
I thought it was a guy in a microphone, Mickey.
Yeah, could be.
Oh, well.
I think he should stay. That's my opinion. That's your opinion.
That's totally my opinion.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yep. All right. Headline news. You want to do it? You want me to
do it?
do it? Okay.
But you gotta do that. Cool. All right. Headline news, guys. Angelina Jolie is going to start recording Maleficent 2 Electric Boogaloo starting in April.
Nice.
Talking gestures. Wow, that's crazy. Coco is going to be available available digitally on February 13th and 4K and Blu-ray on February 27th. The window for when these movies leave the theaters to home delivery is getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool.
And now it's 4K.
Yeah.
Disney's expanding their 4K collection, seriously.
That also means it'll be on Netflix pretty quick, which is great. I haven't seen Coco yet.
Oh.
I know I'm a horrible Disney fan. As we mentioned earlier, Enzo's Hideaway is open. Disney Springs, go check it out. Disney Parks reveals new Magic Band and Magic Keeper colors. What is a Magic Keeper?
Magic Keeper is the little puck thing in the middle. And you can put it into the other things. The Magic Keeper is the one that has the Mickey ears.
Oh, okay.
So they came out with a blue, a purple, and a pink. And then the Magic Bands, they came out with pink and black. So 2 new colors and
brown?
3 new keepers. They did brown, but it's not available in the stores yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok is coming to 4K and Blu-ray on March 6th.
Another 4K.
I'm looking forward to Thor being available on Netflix because that movie friggin' rocked. And then finally, a new temporary location for First Aid at the Magic Kingdom, January 9th through February 15th. If you're looking for First Aid.
It went over to the Tomorrowland.
Went over to Tomorrowland, so go check that out. In the Noodle Station?
I don't know where they put it. I think it's over by Buzz in that corner area.
Yeah, so go check that out. If you're hurting, go check that. I have to. If you're unfortunately, if you get hurt in like Frontierland, now you have to schlep all the way over to Tomorrowland, and there's no utilidor use for injuries, to my knowledge. Although that would be cool.
There is if you're passed out. It's called an ambulance.
Yeah. A buddy of mine slipped and fell, and we had to schlep all the way over to the First Aid kit in the Magic Kingdom. That's why I always say, if you fall or something, get a churro. Because I went to go get some ice, and they're like, well, we don't have any ice. Would you like a churro? And I said, I don't think he's hungry, but sure. So I gave him a churro. Then I went to the next stand, and I said, hey, can I get a bag of ice? And they're like, well, we don't have any ice here, but would you like a pretzel? I'm like, hell yeah, give him a pretzel. And then I went to the next stand. It did have the Coke stuff, and they'd already dumped their ice. So I said, could you call security or somebody? And like, well, we really don't have anybody. You're going to have to go to First Aid. Because it was after hours. And I'm like, this sucks.
Wow.
And he kept thinking, I'm getting DVC for this. I'm like, shut up, man. You got 2 churros and a pretzel.
Yeah. Wow.
That's my story, kids.
Yeah.
Watch where you walk is all I got to say.
All right. Don't forget, go visit us over at DisneyParksPodcast.com. There's plenty of things to do over there. We have the blog. We have the survey that you should take by the end of the month. It's in a blog post, about 2 or 3 down. You can shop at the store, do whatever you got to do, subscribe to the show. Check us out. Don't forget that we're also on Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast and Disney PK Podcaster on Twitter.
Disney Podcaster.
Disney Podcaster on Twitter. On the Twitters.
On the Twitter.
And the Twitter. And that's it. Go out, rate us, review us, share us with your friends. And as we'd like to say around here,
we'll see you in the parks.
Have you ever come to Orlando and you're the person that has to make all the dining plans, all the fast passes, get all the tickets? Well, we have a service that can help you do this. This is the best service. They are themeparkconcierge.com. You can call them up at 407-257-9973. Tell them your plans. They'll send you a little profile, get some information about you and your traveling party, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And then they can set up a custom plan for you. And they'll take you around the parks. They'll make the dining plans. They'll get the fast passes. They'll take you to Walt Disney World. They'll take you to Universal. They'll take you to Busch Gardens, to SeaWorld, to Legoland, to all of those places, and they will do all of the work for you. Contact them at themeparkconcierge.com. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierge, or email them at ramon@themeparkconcierge.com. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. And if you tell them the Disney Parks Podcast sent you, you'll get 10% off your order.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through.